Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. I am your host, Davin James. If you guys go on to enjoy today's episode, please consider leaving a like and also subscribing to the channel. It helps a lot and it really does show your support. So how many of you guys are familiar with a woman, or I guess transgender individual, by the name of Morgan Geyser from Wisconsin? And back when she was 12 years old, her and an associate of hers decided to lure a friend into the woods in a local neighborhood and decided to stab their friend 19 times. Because Morgan was apparently trying to please this online supernatural character by the name of Slender Man, a supernatural horror character basically. And ever since those events, she has been locked up in a mental facility. The judge has basically ordered the state of department to organize a plan for her to be supervised within the 60 days upon her release. But many people are very furious about this decision. Many people are still nervous about whether or not this person can be actually trusted to live in society and live a normal day-to-day life for the most part. So with that being said, let's get on with today's episode. I'm very curious to know what you guys think of it once you hear it, so please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But other than that, let's get on with it. Morgan Geyser, one of the two assailants in the 2014 Slender Man stabbing case, will be released from a mental facility, a judge ruled this past Thursday. Waukesha County Circuit Judge Michael Bohan ordered the state's Department of Health Services to come up with a plan for her supervised release within 60 days. Geyser will be returned to the Winnebago Mental Health Institute until the plan is finalized, after which she is expected to reside in a group home. Geyser, now 22, was 12 years old when she and a classmate lured a friend into the woods in Wisconsin and stabbed her 19 times to please the online fictional character Slender Man, according to authorities in a case that continues to generate national headlines. The victim, Payton Letuner, suffered life-threatening injuries but ultimately survived. Geyser and a co-assailant, Anissa Weier, were charged in adult court with first-degree intentional homicides. Geyser was convicted of the charges but found not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect and was sentenced up to 40 years. Weier was found not guilty by mental disease or defect after pleading guilty to a lesser charge and was then sentenced up to 25 years in an institute. In 2021, at the age of 19, Weier was granted supervised release. Weier and her family declined to comment on Thursday's Geyser's release. Testifying in a Wisconsin courtroom on Thursday, 3 psychologists who worked closely with Geyser testified to her preparedness for supervised release. At this point, I am in favour or in support of her petition for release. Specifically, I don't think she currently possesses a significant risk of substantial harm to herself or others. That's the interesting takeaway right there. You don't think she poses a significant risk of harm to herself or others. That's the interesting takeaway. Or to property damage. Psychologist Brooke Lumbrum testified to the judge over Zoom. Lumbrum, who testified under subpoena, said Geyser's mental health had improved significantly since a 2021 suicide attempt. She can be incredibly self-critical and have low self-esteem, but is well-spoken and incredibly bright. The mother of Payton Letuner said in a statement to ABC News ahead of Thursday's hearing, Morgan Geyser has withdrawn her request to be released twice. More recently, her request was denied. We are confident that the judicial system will make a decision that will ensure the community and my daughter remain safe. Geyser was most recently denied for release in April 2024, which is when I actually became familiar with this case. Kenneth Robbins, another psychologist called as a witness, said Geyser has a lot of potential to Kenneth Robbins, another psychologist called as a witness, said Geyser has a lot of potential to reintegrate back into society. She has discussed goals for the future, expressing an interest in becoming a librarian and eventually a therapist for people with substance abuse disorders, he said. Geyser was diagnosed with schizophrenia after the stabbing, but over the last 2 years, symptoms and has been successfully weaned off of antidepressant medication, Robbins said. She continues to exhibit symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and autism, he said, but has not shown evidence of suicidal intention since the 2021 attempt. Deborah Collins testified Geyser does not have unrealistic goals about what her life would look like if released, saying she understands she would need to live in a group home and would take whatever she could get in terms of employment. As a condition of her supervised release, Geyser understands she would need to wear an ankle monitor, Collins said. She wants to begin, her life outside the institution, and recognise that she would be subject to a whole host of expectations and rules, and what could happen if she violated those, Collins said. So when she had her hearing this past Thursday, I was very surprised that she was granted release. And from what I've seen in the YouTube comments where her hearing was streamed, a lot of people were surprised and quite upset over the fact that this judge decided to let her be released. Many people were upset about that decision. Many people were upset with the judge. Many people felt as though she should not be released, regardless of what she's been like over the last couple of years. Some people feel like she still could be a danger to society and the community. So for that reason, she should not be released. It's understandable that people will be frustrated over this decision by the judge, will be angry at this decision by the judge, and will obviously question the decision made by the judge. I'd like to know what you guys think. If you're familiar with this story, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? Do you think 1, she deserves a second chance? 2, she should not be given a second chance. She deserves to be locked away because of the crimes that she committed? Or 3, are you of a completely different opinion on this situation? Let me know your thoughts down below. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.